What is up, all my beautiful people? Hope you are doing very, very well today. We're going to be taking a look at some short hair system styles that I think are great, but especially great if you're just getting started. Why do I say that? Why should you go with a short hairstyle when you're first starting? Well, there is pros and cons, but one of the pros is that it is much, much easier to manage hair that is shorter. It's much easier to manage hair that is shorter if you have not been really managing hair for a long period of time, making sure that you're getting the style right, the conditioning, all the hoopla, all that kind of stuff. Short styles generally are much, much easier to manage, and for that reason, why is there a con though? Well, if the shorter your hair system is, the less mistakes it will cover, the less blending issues it will cover, the less room you have for kind of messing around. So it is a pro and con game. I do like the fact though that for you, if you're just starting with hair again, it's not a huge issue and new things. So let's look at a couple styles that I had pulled from our subreddit, which you should absolutely join so that way you can see all this kind of stuff. Let's just jump in, shall we? So this one right here is the first one that I wanted to show you. This is actually somebody's very first system that they put on. You can see it's quite short. It does have a straighter hairline. It works for this gentleman because of his temple regions. Very, very strong. Very looks pretty solid if you ask for somebody just getting going. Very manageable hairstyle. I'm also loving this looking at. Now the next, a little bit longer. We kind of got that salt and pepper look still going on. I love this because, man, it's just like a simple style. Really, this is not going to be hard to maintain whatsoever. It is a little bit longer. Hair on top is probably like 1.5 inches, 2 inches long, but totally manageable, totally easy, and it is actually upright. One thing I do want to mention to you, if you are just getting started, is styles that are exposing the hairline can be tougher to manage, and you're going to be a little bit more concerned about your hairline. Definitely take that into consideration, okay? So this is somebody that posted about 7 months ago inside of the hair system community, and I think that they're actually doing a bang-up job right here. So first, the transformation, incredible. This right here, pretty easy to achieve style. Nothing crazy. He does have some more length on the sides, which helps the system blend in, and also just sides through the side. As you can see though, man, holy crap, what a difference he's got going. Looking absolute. And I'm not gonna lie, I wonder if they actually did some hair dyeing. They actually colored his hair, but looks pretty dang good. Looks pretty dang good. Next style I'm going to show you, a little bit longer, but also really good for somebody that has lighter hair. This right here is an older gentleman, a little bit longer on the sides, but still just side swept, very easy to maintain. Ain't no sweat to any of this right here. Hair in the front is probably about 1/2 inches long, but gives him that kind of bang style. But one thing I really like about his hair, man, so low density in terms of the overall weight. This right here, absolutely incredible. Now let's take a look at a little bit more of a younger style. This right here, obviously much thicker hair than our last style right here, but still looks pretty good. This is actually somebody that cut their own hair, so this is somebody that did it all themselves, which is really cool. But still really great hair, maybe about that 1.5 inch long length right here, just side swept, put up to the side. This is if you do have thicknesses on the side of the thickness on the side of your head. This style right here, very similar to the older gentleman in terms of what's going on. Very short on the sides, just a little bit more side swept. This is probably a little bit shorter than that older gentleman, but still overall looks pretty dang, if you ask me right here. This might be an 80% unit because of how light it is, but check this out, right? So one thing I want you to notice is that he does not have much for temple regions right here, and so he's kind of rocking a little bit more of a fade up here, I think is what they did, which, you know, hey, listen, that kind of gives the illusion that it's a little bit thicker than it actually is, which is nice. So I think this is really cool. If you do have this type of thing going on right here where you don't really have the temples, might be something to look into. Now, this last one I'm going to put in here, not because it's like the craziest hairstyle in terms of looks or anything like that, aesthetic, but just simply because it's so dang short. So this right here is a gentleman that, you know, cut his own hair, it looks like, and, you know, he's just basically rocking it real short. So you can go to this place if it's something that you want to do. Hopefully this gives you some inspiration about how short you can actually go, but also that it's easy, that it's not that hard to manage, and that you got some options. Because you can go a little bit longer with styles that will be a little bit more forgiving when it comes to the overall appearance. You can mask some stuff, but it's harder to manage. These shorter systems, much easier to manage as long as you just get it right. And that's including the haircut and also the installation. All right. If you want actually help like this, if you got questions, if you got anything like that, if you actually want systems cheaper than what you're going to get them from other places, I have a deal in the Reddit. You should join the Reddit. I have a link down below. And with that, I'll see y'all later.